welcome to you viewers on yet another episode of Crime Watch, a program brought to you by your police service, the Zimbabwe Republic Police, to inform you of our roles and operations. I'm your host, Tendekai Dandarasi, with Victor Ganyof on the sign language desk. It's good to have you along. The Zimbabwe Republic Police is leaving no stone unturned in accounting for criminals who move across the country carrying dangerous weapons such as machetes, knob carries and knives, attacking people and committing various crimes such as murder, robberies and rape, among other cases. The Zimbabwe Republic Police would like to assure members of the public that the police will stand firm on the ground to deal with all criminal activities. Members of the public are accordingly advised that Jumbo Mine in Mazowe, where such cases have been rampant lately, is now a no-go area. The police would also want to warn persons who are harboring criminals in that area that it is an offense and the police will not hesitate to arrest such offenders. Police operations across the country against illegal possession of dangerous weapons have so far been successful. In Kwekwe, police have arrested 8 members of a notorious Maketo Brothers gang, which led to the recovery of dangerous weapons such as machetes, kitchen knives, bows and arrows. The arrested people who are Albert Tembo, aged 27, Michael Muteveds, aged 18, Honest Sibanda, aged 31, Gerald Chinondo, aged 31, Petros Mabeka, aged 33, Alexander Moyo, aged 39, Japhet Tembo and Chipo Mukucha, both aged 25, have since been referred to court. In a similar case, police in Harare recently accounted for 8 robbers who threatened a Marimba man with machetes and firearms and robbed him of his belongings, including cash. The arrested suspects are Taurai Zingai, aged 46, Godfrey Rufu Rekuda, aged 44, Nabo Prosper Moyo, aged 25, Kenneth Madondo, aged 35, Vunzai Manyika, aged 24, Tapiwa Chiwetu, aged 34, and Wilbert Makwembere, aged 28. They were all referred to court where they were remanded in custody.
Recently, we have a case which occurred in Old Marimba, where the accused persons, who were also armed with machetes and 2 firearms, approached the complainant, Prosper Manyewe, at a house in Old Marimba. They assaulted him badly while demanding cash. We received information from members of the public that one of the well-known criminals was involved in the commission of that offense. We pounced at his house in Aspindale Park, where we managed to apprehend him. Upon arrest, he was briefly interviewed and he admitted to having taken part in the case, and then he implicated 7 other accused persons and he led us to their arrest. We managed to recover 2 firearms which the accused persons were armed with. The accused persons have since appeared in court and they were remanded in custody. During the course of our investigations, we also recovered this Toyota Wish, which was being used as a getaway motor vehicle in the commission of these offenses. We would want to urge members of the public not to keep large sums of money in their houses or to disclose to anyone or either a close relative that they have valuable property in their houses. If you are approached by these criminals, please don't fight back, because life is more precious than property. We also wanted to warn those who will be criminals that we are firm on the ground and we will not hesitate to carry our constitutional mandate, that is, to protect life and property.
Moving on, the following people have been arrested for different crimes and have been convicted and given varying sentences. Enoch Chiwongororo, aged 29, was convicted and sentenced to 20 years imprisonment at Mutare Regional Court for rape. The accused forcibly entered into the victim's bedroom at night and raped her once. In another case, Gerald Kabango and Forget Kapunzeni, both aged 20, were sentenced to 10 years imprisonment each at Marondera Magistrate Court for theft of a copper wire. The 2 had cut the copper wire from a Net1 mobile network transmitter. Aaron Francisco Chibanda, aged 30, was also convicted and sentenced to 5 years imprisonment at Mbare Magistrate Court for numerous unlawful entry and theft cases, which involved property worth 10,522 Zimbabwean dollars. Crime Watch takes a short break. Join us in a moment. To those who are just joining us, we're in the second segment of Crime Watch. It's a warm welcome. Police in Norton have arrested an armed robbery gang which had invaded a mine belonging to Shadrach Viega, aged 33, of Ascot Mine in Norton, and robbed him of gold ore. The arrested people who were taken to court are Privileged Damison, aged 29, Caspar Karuru, aged 32, Stephen Mazambani, aged 24, and Godwo Mutume, aged 31.
Recently, we had a case of robbery, other weapons, that was perpetrated by the machete-wielding gangs who approached Ascot Mine and robbed the artisanal miners there of their gold ore and some cash. The complainants quickly alerted the police, and with a swift reaction, we managed to arrest all of the 5 accused persons and recovered some logs, an axe which they used to rob the gold ore, and we took the injured to the hospital. I want to assure the people of Norton that Norton area, Manyame district, is a no-go area for the machete-wielding gangs. They must feel very safe and very secure. We are here to protect them. They must go about their duties freely without fearing any threats from these machete-wielding gangs. What I would want to urge the Norton community is to quickly alert the police whenever they see these machete-wielding gangs in our area. As a district, we have come up with the strategies that we are going to employ so that we will reduce this type of robberies. So far, we have started closing some illegal gold mines and panning areas where these robberies were occurring. And we are also going to issue some prohibition orders that will prohibit anyone to move around with dangerous weapons, which include machetes, axes, knob carries, and the like. This strategy will also assist us in curbing these robberies by machete-wielding gangs.
Police in Manicaland have arrested a smuggling syndicate in Vumba and recovered 179 bales of clothes and vehicles which were used in commission of this crime.
A team of detectives from CID Mtara, after receiving a tip-off to the effect that there were lorries carrying bales of second-hand clothes that were scheduled to travel from Vumba area to Mutare, managed to waylay an ambush in that area. Whilst there, they see a fleet of vehicles that consist of 2 by 7-ton lorries, 2 by commuter omnibuses, and 4 small motor vehicles. Further investigation revealed that there were about 6 accused persons who were the occupants in those motor vehicles. The detectives then managed to arrest all of them. They then took the 6 accused persons to CID Mtare. The following day, the 6 accused persons were taken to court, where they were slapped with 9,000 RTGS dollars each, with an alternative of 2 years imprisonment. Allow me to urge all the people to desist from illegal dealings, especially involving smuggling. Our team of detectives will be all over the ground trying to eradicate this heinous act.
Moving on, police in Bulawayo have conducted an operation to weed out unregistered motor vehicles, which in some instances have been used to commit various crimes.
Bulawayo Central initiated an operation targeting unregistered Honda Fit vehicles. This was prompted by the fact that we have realized that the district has been experiencing an increase of cases of robbery and rape that were being perpetrated by these unregistered motor vehicles. Most of the robberies were taking place outside the Bulawayo Central district, but people will have boarded the vehicles in the CBD. We impounded 30 vehicles which were moving around without registration plates. Of those that have been arrested, we have all impounded them. We are carrying out a vetting process where we want to find out whether the owners of these vehicles are not the ones who are perpetrating the offenses that I have mentioned. And my appeal is that those that have been victims to robbery cases that were perpetrated by Honda Fit vehicles, they should come forward and assist police through our Bulawayo Central police stations, where we expect that perhaps we will take them to the vehicles that were impounded and cause them to identify the users of the motor vehicles. It is also my appeal that we discourage the commuters to board and register motor vehicles.
The rainy season brings with it need for extra caution by motorists. The Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe shared important tips when driving in and soon after a downpour.
We are urging drivers to exercise caution on the wet roads. There are factors that we should consider for us to avoid accidents. Factor number one is the condition of the vehicle. Drivers should make sure that their vehicles are in a good condition. Here I'm talking about their tires. How are the tires? Do they have sufficient treads so that they have enough grip onto the road surface? Because if you don't have sufficient treads, you are prone to hydroplaning, which means that you are not actually gripping the surface of the road. You are just skidding on water. So let's make sure we have sufficient treads. Let's also make sure that we reduce speed when we don't have good treads on our tires. The other thing are the wipers. Are the wipers working? Make sure that you're in control of all the volumes of water that are on your windscreen. We also want to know that the demister is working. We are talking about that fan or that heater that gets rid of mist that is on our windscreen, either the front or the rear one. The other factor is the roads. Our roads are slippery when it's raining, so drivers must exercise caution. They're not supposed to go very fast. Sometimes our roads do have potholes, and when these potholes are filled with water, drivers are at risk of being involved in accidents. So drivers, let's exercise caution. Still on our roads, we might have flooded bridges. Drivers are not supposed to underestimate the levels of water. It's so easy for a car to get floated. So let's wait until the situation improves. Let's also turn our lights, our headlights, when it gets dark, even during the day. You are supposed to be seen, you are supposed to see others. So let's make use of our headlights even during the day. Then finally, we need to talk about the main actor on the road, which is the driver. He's in control of the situation. He's supposed to make sure that his vehicle is roadworthy, he has sufficient treads, and everything is okay. He also is in control of the road. When the road is bad, you're supposed to exercise caution, move at a safe speed. That's our driver. You have to be safe.
Some motorists shared their insights on driving conduct, especially during the rains.
During this rain season, I urge fellow drivers to drive with due caution, taking note that our roads may be slippery due to wet surfaces. We have potholes which may be filled with water, so we run the risk of hitting those potholes and you may lose control of your vehicle. Visibility may be reduced due to mist. I also urge fellow drivers, especially those driving passenger vehicles, to adhere to safety precautions, especially when crossing rivers. It is not advisable to cross flooded rivers. You risk actually your own safety and the safety of the passengers. It is also wise to maintain a safe following distance.
Ndinongokurudzirawo kuti amwe madhiraivha angu kana tichifamba rain season inei mawaipa anofanira kunge aripo, malaitsi unofanira kunge une malaitsi ako ekuti ukuona. Izvezvi inguva yerain season, murodhi mune mapotholes, munofanira kufamba nespeed yakanaka uchikwanisa kurijusawo, uchikwanisa kuflasha kuona kuti pane pothole. Endewo mataya angu muri kungoona tayi rangu iri tayi high class retayi zvekuti handitye kana kufamba. Zvinoda kukurudzirwawo zvinhu zvakadaro kuti tikwanise kuchengetedza vabereki nesuwo wacho kufamba mumugwagwa.
Welcome to the third and final segment of Crime Watch. The Minister of Home Affairs and Cultural Heritage, Honorable Kazembe Kazembe, has commended police in their fight against machete-wielding gangs. The minister recently made these remarks while touring Mukushi Camp Depot, formerly known as Morris Depot.
Thank you for the commitment that you have shown so far, given the challenges that you are facing. It's self-evident. I know of late we've been having wars with the machete gangs, and I'm confident that we warned them that you cannot hide from the law. In Zimbabwe, there's no way you can hide from the law, and I'm very proud of the Zimbabwe Republic Police. It's a force that you can go out there and talk confidently about. I'm pleased to report that the Commissioner General of Police indicated that he has identified ways of reducing crime and improving service delivery as key priorities going forward. Despite the resource constraints that confront us as a ministry, it is my firm conviction that government policies should be meticulously implemented so that the national vision is attained. Together, we should strive to be a result-oriented ministry which can only be attained if we build a culture of achieving results even against all odds. As a therapy, you play a very important role in the achievement of our Vision 2030.
Moving on, Crime Consultative Committee recently rewarded outstanding officers and members of the Criminal Investigations Department at an Awards of Excellence in Policing ceremony held in Kadoma. The Deputy Director CID Crime and Interpol, Assistant Commissioner Grace Ndow, represented Director CID Commissioner Crispin Charumbira, who was the guest of honor.
Time and time again, police officers confront danger and continually face the uncertainty of whether they will get back home safely. It is a very difficult job being a police officer, as most of the time spent is of sleepless nights, pondering strategies on how to nab notorious criminals that are terrorizing the nation. The solemn ceremony is a fitting tribute to the dedication and fortitude of those who are serving in the Criminal Investigation Department in Kadoma District. I am proud to say that the event's winners were not drawn by design or mistake, but by a mere qualification of the work exhibited by each of them. I am pleased to recognize you as the best of the best, those who have stood up and said, I can do that, I can give more, or I will walk in harm's way. I know in this prevailing situation that detectives and the police as a whole are facing an incredible pressure from machete-wielding gangs and other heinous crimes. I would like to acknowledge at this point in time the efforts that has been made so far, the arrests of some of the gang leaders and some of those involved in these gangs, and those especially who were involved in the killing of one of our own. Thank you so much, Kadoma District.
The success of Triple Cs is anchored by a very deliberate and conscious realization that community cannot thrive in crime. Society cannot be built in crime. Economy cannot be built in crime. Families cannot be built in crime. A generation cannot prosper in crime. The amount of successes that we scored in Kadoma really attests to the fact and reality that every detail at the Kadoma station, who's part of the Kadoma operations, is really a winner today. You worked together as a team, and it was possible because you were a team. Their lives were in danger in some of the circumstances. They took the fight against crime by the shared front, and they risked their lives. All that you and me can be safe, and we really want to really salute you guys for a sterling work.
Before we come to the end of this week's episode, we would like to highlight some of the people who are on the police wanted list. Tafazwa Lamio Kadzimu, age 36, of house number 3887-172 Warren Park D, Harare, is wanted by Victoria Falls Police for fraud. Stanley Kapata, of house number 979 Rujeko, Glendale, is wanted by Concession Police for a case of rape. Lastly, Nejo Bekimpilo, age 29, of house number 1937 Duliwa Zimu, Bedbridge, is being sought by Bedbridge Police for smuggling. If you have any information that may help in the location of these people, feel free to contact any nearest police station or contact us on the details appearing on your screen. The ZRP would also want to highlight a case of a missing person, Shepherd Pirimukai, a male adult aged 25, of house number 4863 Mukoba 9 Gweru. He went missing on the 29th of December 2019 and was last seen wearing a blue jean trousers and brown shoes. If seen, contact any nearest police station or ZRP Mukoba on 054-250016. His next of kin is Netsai Pirimukai and is contactable on 0777-334078. Our website address is www.zrp.gov.zw, email address feedback@zrp.gov.zw. We also have a Twitter handle at Police Zimbabwe and Facebook page Zimbabwe Republic Police. This week we are sharing with you our contact details for the following provinces. In Matabeleland South, we are reachable on landline number 08428 22810. For those in Mashonaland Central, you can contact us on 066 210 7727. In Mashonaland West, we are reachable on landline number 06721 25505. We will continue to give you other provincial contact details in our upcoming episodes. This brings us to the end of today's episode. It has been a pleasure having you along. From me, Tendekai Landaratsi, Victor Ganyo from the Sign Language Desk, and the crew behind the scenes, pleasant viewing.